Welcome back to Going Beyond, and I thank you for joining us today. In my studio is someone I've respected and admired for a very long time, Augustine Paul. He's been, in one way or the other, associated with music for the past 50 years. So I'm going to ask him to go through this long journey with me now. Thank you, Augustine.
It's my pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always admire your interviews.
Thank you. Well, I hope this is a good one. Augustine, so tell me something. 50 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Of all of these things, teaching music, conducting, singing, being part of the Madras Musical Association, it's a lot on your plate, really. Right now, what is it that you're most involved with?
Now, I'm most involved with conducting the MMA choir and planning the calendar for the association and balance it with some nice classical music and some light music here and there. So that is my main one. Apart from that, my teaching assignment is still very good, very strong. I have a lot of teaching assignments to do. I do some workshops outside and I perform with my octet also, the smaller group. And the Chromatics is another group which I don't perform, I conduct. They sing opera, which is something very rare in Chennai.
Yes.
So there's a small group of singers who specialize in singing opera.
I was going to ask her, sorry to interrupt you, but I was going to ask, opera, how well known is that? I mean, in a place like Chennai, is it much known?
Chennai is not very popular with opera because we don't have the infrastructure to do a full opera.
What does that mean?
A stage with a pit for the orchestra.
Okay.
A pit large enough for an orchestra.
Right. How many people do you have to have?
At least about 40 people.
40. How many do you have in your orchestra?
In my MMA orchestra, we have about 40 people now. Yeah.
So you can do an opera?
We can do. We have strength, but good infrastructure is not there. And of course, as you say, an opera production is very, very expensive.
And an opera singers, you've got to have opera singers.
We have singers who can
really?
do. I always believe in doing music for the community, by the community. I can invite 6 singers from UK and a production team from elsewhere and do it. It's okay. It's fun. Enjoy. We love it. But what do we benefit out of it? We don't encourage our own people. So I always have done concerts with our own people.
Yeah,
and our own people come to enjoy it.
Right, so, that's a very
that's
nice...
how we are slowly developing the awareness of opera in Chennai now.
That's a very nice way of looking at it. All these different things that you do, is there any one thing that you do that is your absolute favorite?
I've had different favorites during my different parts of my life.
Really?
Now, I think singing is a little difficult for me along with my octet because I have to hold a part myself. So my voice is not good today, it will be seen. So that is a little bit of anxiety there. But for conducting, by God's grace, I've been doing it for some time. So that becomes much more naturally for me and I'm able to sustain it well enough and I'm still able to do it.
Is it fun to be a conductor, I wonder?
When you are on top, it's fun. But to climb there, it's a big work. You have to keep working on it. It's not only the way you conduct or the physical movements. Your idea of music, your interpretation, you're learning the music. A full book you have to learn. Everybody's part you should have an idea. So that is a demanding task. The off the podium work is too much.
Really?
You have to prepare.
Oh, okay. Now, when you're actually preparing your work, for a performance, do you actually work along with all the musicians, or do they give you an input? Do you, have a back and forth with them?
Before I meet the musicians, from the day I choose the piece, before I meet them, I do analysis. I have to keep the score open without any sound. Look at the score, turn pages, mark things, and study the piece without a sound.
Even if it's something you've never seen before?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you have to work on the piece.
Okay.
So with a pencil, now we work on digital music sheets. So we use colors to mark sections and all this. So when you meet the orchestra for the first day, you must be thorough with the music. Then you can go together with the orchestra, you give inputs and they respond in a way. Then what you thought may be a little different. So you have to correct yourself, change, balance, a lot of things. It's not only the music score. There's a lot more in that.
How do you deal with musicians? I mean, a lot of people who are musicians and who are performers have a little bit of an ego. I was wondering.
Every individual musician has an ego of himself. But when they come together as a choir or as an orchestra or as an ensemble, the egos get distributed. It is not seen. We don't allow it to be seen like. and they all understand the dynamics, so they all fit into it.
Are they a bit scared of the conductor?
No, it should not. They should respect the conductor, not be scared of the conductor.
Okay.
I don't shout in my rehearsals, but if I emphasize a point, they take it correctly. And discipline is important. I always insist on starting on time, on the dot.
I would have thought that in any walk of life, discipline is absolutely.
So my choir, even though it's
important.
100, we start at 7 and finish at 9. And the orchestra starts at 2. 2 o'clock, they start playing. Nobody's putting rest into the bow or anything. They are all playing at 2 o'clock. And they all stick to time. And I say, if I finish at 4:30, I finish at 4:30, whether I'm through with what I wanted to do or not. So we keep that discipline.
So there's no flexibility, as it were.
Yeah. That 2 hours of focus. Nobody keeps a phone on the table. Phones are away. So that way we are able to achieve much. They all know, but everybody's focused.
That is because you are such a respected person in your field, Augustine.
You have to get that. Once you get that, then people will fall in line with you. Yeah.
You were telling me that you have other assistant conductors with you, right?
Yeah.
How many other people?
MMA has a post called associate director.
Associate
director to GRUB.
You're a director of the music.
And when GRUB was associate director, I was director. I was associate for him. So 1980, when Dr. Ravi took over, this post was created, associate music director.
Okay.
Till the MMA. Till then, only the conductor. No other conductor's name was mentioned.
Okay.
So I served as associate for GRUB till he left.
Oh, is that true? Now, your association, the MMA, is a very established association. Is it about the oldest in the country?
Yeah, it is. It is the oldest in the country. Yeah, it is. We are 133 years old now.
Right. You also go all over the place. You know, you tour a lot. The whole association goes. The whole group goes.
Yeah.
How do you manage finances?
Dr. Ravi, when he was the president in 1998, he found an international concert called the International Church Music Festival. So we registered
Scotland,
for it was in UK in Coventry. So we went for that as a first overseas trip, 98. Since then, we have managed to do overseas trips now and then, like about 8 trips we would have done now, including Australia for the Olympics, UK, a few times to UK. Now, last one was to Poland.
Right.
We had a concert with the Polish choir. The Polish choir is supposed to come later this year.
Okay. But do you, as part of your own conducting, do you go all over the world now conducting choirs and conducting orchestras?
Apart from MMA, I take my choirs outside. Apart from that, I have one choir in Kuwait.
Okay.
Which invites me as a guest conductor. So I go to conduct the Kuwait choir along with another friend of mine, another conductor from Coimbatore. These are mostly Indians, not only Tamils, Malayalis, Indians, and some expats. Together they have a choir, and they didn't have a conductor when they started. So we used to go and conduct the choir, and they did about 4 or 5 major concerts. Right. So apart from this choir, the only choir outside the country is that Kuwait choir that I conduct.
Right. Augustine, who in your opinion is the world's leading conductor?
See, my idol is Zubin Mehta.
Oh, Zubin Mehta, yes.
Because he's got a good connection for us. Like Indians, we can see him and how he is respected across the world.
He's Parsi, isn't he?
And how he has risen to that level is really sheer hard work.
Really?
He has conducted every orchestra in the world, and he has conducted every piece in the world. He can conduct 250 pieces by heart. The pieces that I mentioned is 45-minute long pieces.
That's amazing.
So he is in his he commands respect everywhere. That way, Indians are respected as they can also do music. That kind of a thing is put. And his conducting style is very easy to follow for the performers. And for young learners also, the best conductor that we can refer is Zubin. His beats are very clear, and how he gets the best out of the orchestra. His rehearsal technique is very good. And more than that, he speaks our own language. He can speak Hindi, and he speaks English. He can speak German. He speaks Hebrew. He speaks everything.
Have you met him?
I've met him and got his autograph.
How lovely.
And when we celebrated 125th anniversary, we sent a note to him and to the Israeli Philharmonic, and he sent back a note congratulating me by name. saying 120th anniversary is good. And we were playing Mozart Symphony. He said that was great.
He is the permanent composer for the Israel
Conductor,
Philharmonic.
conductor
Conductor.
emeritus for Israeli. Yeah.
For this, so does he still actually perform with them?
Yeah. He goes there very often, and he is really shaped the orchestra well from the time that they had a lot of policies not to play some of the music composed by German composers. He brought about a reconciliation there. He took them to play in Germany, and he brought German musicians to play with them. And there were supposed to be some players who play with their numbers from the
Really,
Holocaust.
from the concentration camp.
Concentration camp. He has done that. So he is really a great peacemaker.
Right.
And I've read his biography very many times.
Right. What do you think about the younger musicians in our country? Is there potential? Is there a lot of potential?
A lot of potential. And the difference between the musicians of the previous millennium and now is the world is open for them. They can learn from anyone. They have all the facilities. Our days, we were listening to radio music. We were listening only to radio, nothing else. Then we had cassette plays, then the CD plays. Now you keep talking to a student about something, in the side he is Googling it.
He's making sure that
whether it's right. So that's how they have access to information. So they are putting it to good use too. They know how to use it, and that is really helping them to learn much more than what we would have learned reading books.
Right. But can a young musician actually earn a living from music?
Depending on what genre of music you are practicing.
What does that mean?
Like Western classical music is only that you're going to perform. In India, earning a living is a little difficult. You have to teach. You cannot perform and have a living. You need to do master classes, or you need to have some classes happening sometime of the week to have a standard income. And you get a concert, 2 concerts a month. If it pays, well and good. But Western classical music still hasn't started giving a living for musicians.
Right. That was going to be...
They are able to put their Western classical talent or ability in their other genres of music where they excel. So for a film recording studio or in a concert outside, they get paid.
So many of your students have actually gone on to become music directors in the film industry.
Yeah.
Is that a good option for our young, musicians?
See, one set of people who don't have any knowledge of Western classical music, they come to see Western classical music only when they start learning it. Then the new world is open for them. But at the back of their heart, their idols are all film singers. They want to sing like so-and-so. They want to get a film song. Nowadays, it's not like those days when somebody got to sing the 500 songs. Now, a singer gets about 6 songs, 8 songs. And he is called a playback singer. And I don't know whether they'll get one more song in this year. There are so many young coming.
Is there so much competition?
Yes, competition. So, and the music directors and film producers, everybody asking for new names. So they're trying out new names. Now, unlike those days when we had to record a song all together, and once it's recorded, nothing can be tampered. Now it's not so. You record a song with so-and-so. Tomorrow morning, X comes and sings the same song again. Day after tomorrow, Y comes and sings. And you can compare these 3 and choose the best.
Oh.
But you would have paid all of them. But the credit will go to one person whose voice is chosen.
So it's very competitive, really. Very competitive. You must be in tremendous demand in the film industry to come in there. And do you find that a good avenue?
We had our own time when they had needed choral music. They were with us. They asked us for Western classical voices. I have done a lot of recordings with Dr. Kalyan, Dr. Grab, Tony.
Yes.
The GAT used to go regularly.
The GAT group was a lovely group.
Yeah. So when they used to go, when somebody is not available, then I'll go in with them.
You would go and sing with them?
Yeah. So in the studios. Oh. So we had done a lot of recordings. Then after Dr. Kalyan left for Bahrain, I was doing that part for a while. Then by the time a lot of scores were written out. So just have to go take the scores, interpret and teach the choir and make them sing. So now it's slowly, I haven't done much work now for the last about 5-6 years now. After the pandemic, I haven't gone to the studios yet.
Okay.
But I have done a lot of devotional albums. Devotional music is doing very well.
Is that true?
Yeah. Both in Indian Malayalam, Tamil, a lot of good music happening.
Okay.
So,
But when you look at your own career as it's happened until now, what do you see is a future point for somebody as well known and as famous as you are, Augustine?
see, it is a persistent approach. So I have stuck with MMA for 40 years. I didn't jump from MMA to another choir after 5 years.
Maybe
I've
there isn't any as good as or as big as that.
Yeah, so we have stuck with the MMA, whether it's high or low. We have some kind of a little bit attachment to the name of the organization. So we benefited from the organization, so we have to give back what we can. So I was the librarian of the association. I was the associate director. I joined as a chorister actually. So
Okay.
40 years ago, I joined as a chorister. Then I was put as a librarian. I moved the library, which is a huge library, from place to place 4 times. So it is a major work. So I know all the books which are there in the library. Now we don't need those books actually. Everything, any book that I quote, they are taking it from IMS-LP, which is a site which offers all the music free. So I have gone through all that. So like this, if people are able to stay in one place, they'll be productive. If they keep moving from place to place, they also don't grow. They also won't let others grow. So it's good for a person to stay in a place, feel the ground, build on it, support it, then hand it over to somebody at the right time.
Right.
Then there will be a good growth both for the association and for the individual.
Right. So the whole music scene in India, which would you say is the most alive, part of the country for music?
In my opinion, the intensity of music that happens is good. Choral music I'm talking about is in Bombay and in Chennai.
What about Delhi?
I haven't heard much about Delhi, because the Delhi there are 1 or 2 choirs, and they are all dependent on the diplomats who come and go. Their families, they come and sing in that. So they sing for 2 years, then they get transferred, they go away.
No
They have
permanency
permanent singers, no Indian support there. That is, if you depend on floating population, then it's like this. But here we have a good community which is aware of choral music. And then you won't believe the response we get for choral music now in Chennai is awesome.
And they are here to stay, really.
Yeah.
These are people who
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
stay.
And the children, when they finish college, they go for higher studies, and sometimes they finish and come back, they come back to the choir. They don't stray away. They come back to the choir, they come with some more knowledge, they come and support us. And lot of inquiries for our kids to go abroad for music studies. Everyone who applies gets an admission now.
For music studies.
Yes, everyone. In 100% they get admission. But only thing is, the fees is prohibitive. They are not able to pay the fees, which is very, very high.
So there isn't any organization in India, or maybe even in Chennai, let's say, that actually promotes the students.
That is what, if a philanthropist says, I'll donate this much of amount, you keep a fund and you can support people but that needs a lot of support. If some person who, like in the level of our big industrialists in Bombay, they are supporting Western classical music. They are supporting the Indian Symphony Orchestra. That itself is a very, very big one. It's completely supported by individuals. Like, it's not the government that supports. Where in Germany they say 400 orchestras are supported by the government.
That's a lot of orchestras.
Symphony
400
orchestras supported by the government.
Right. So that means of all the European countries, would you say that Germany is the one country that's paying the most attention to this?
Because Germany has a very good structure.
Meaning what?
The funds are managed very well, and the churches are maintained very well, because they take some maintenance from the salary of individuals for maintenance of churches. So like that, they have a very good system which goes very well. Now, if you find a way into Berlin Philharmonic, then you are a government servant. Your job is secure.
Oh, so you're taken care of for the rest of your life, really.
But now they are bringing about some new rules, because the people, as they become old, they should give room for the youngsters to come in. There are a lot of youngsters waiting outside. So now they are re-auditioning people. So the systems is very good. That system we do not have in India. And when they offered jobs for our people, these people are not willing to go and play in the orchestra. They find outside pasture more greener. They get money in films, recordings. Whatever they make in Indian Symphony Orchestra, they're not willing to commit. So that they're still depending on foreign players.
Right. You also teach and mentor a lot of young musicians. I do know that. How many people would you be teaching at one time then? I mean,
One time in the sense for in one period. Now
yes, in one
in
period,
a day or right now I have about 100 students altogether.
100?
Yeah.
That's a lot of students.
Yeah. So I have a timetable which maintains them all coming in the right time. So
Okay.
I work for about 8 hours a day.
Teaching the piano.
Teaching not piano, singing mostly.
Singing. Oh,
I do teach piano, but now I've slowly taken a back seat.
Okay.
A lot of my young piano teachers have come. I teach singing mostly and composing and theory of music, which my main subject.
Okay.
So a lot of people come to me to learn how to compose, arrange.
Okay, and if you're teaching them how to sing, is there a specific age group that you deal with, or anybody at all?
13 is the youngest that I take. I don't take kids below 13. There are a lot of potential in kids, but I have a method which suits children above 13.
Okay.
And for boys, I try after 16. After the voice breaks and the voice becomes a male voice.
But in the West, you have children below that who are actually singing before their voices break, isn't it?
That is the best time to tap talent, but that training is very different from the training that we do after 13.
What do you mean by that? Please explain it to me. I don't know that.
It's a I should say it is a, what do you call it, a voice secret or thing like that. The exercises that we do for kids is not suitable for the adults. We give different kind of exercises which is shorter in range and strengthening the lower register, and you have to choose that kind of songs for the repertoire. For instance, they will not sing classical pieces, they'll sing pieces from the musicals. That range will be a little shorter, limited range. That kind of right songs are there for the kids, Disney songs. This will demand only a very limited range of voice, which should be only given to kids below 12, 13. When they come to 13, they have developed and they are like adults. So from there, we give them an adult exercise. And the repertoire changes into classical music.
Right. Do you have adults, a lot of adults who come to you for classes?
Yeah, I have very senior people also. There are some people who have been singing in choirs, have specialized in solo singing also. I have a student above 50 also.
I love that male voice choir that they have, the Welsh male voice.
Oh,
they are wonderful.
They are very strong.
They are just fantastic.
The MMA choir, we went and joined them for a all men concert. As a part of the Olympics in 2012 in London.
Did it go well?
It went well. 800 men singing together. Imagine the sound.
How much of training must go into that?
Yeah, it is. They send the repertoire to us. We practice here. That is the greatness of Western classical music. You have the score. It's the same everywhere. Everyone practices from their own corners and they come. There were 8 men who came from Hong Kong. They also had rehearsed the same piece. We rehearsed the same piece. We all got together and it was fabulous music.
So everybody, when you get together, everybody knew what the piece was going to be.
Yeah, there's no learning notes, sir. We were just putting them together. That's how these festivals happen.
So there's a universality about music. Is that the key word here?
The Western classical notation writing is at least 500 years old now. It hasn't changed. Can you think of anything that hasn't changed in 500 years?
No, I can't actually.
So this system of writing notes in IGBT, FAC, lines and spaces, and the minims and crotchets and quavers, which Bach wrote, is still the same. So all the computers have softwares to write this. They change so much, but the system remains the same. They said you can type these notes and compose music. Now they say you write with your pen, it becomes notes
on your tablet, iPad. On your iPad, a tablet.
So all this is changing, but the system is the same. So because of that, everyone who learns Western classical music will be able to interpret music which was written by Mozart years ago the same way.
How have you, with your vast experience, actually reinvented your own wheel? Because now you have had to go from what we're talking about now to all the new digital stuff that we have nowadays. How have you found that transition for you yourself?
Yeah, see, I had to adapt. Say, for instance, I moved to digital scores a couple of years ago. And I was very scared, but there were a few of my students and who were singing in my choir. They helped me to move. Once I moved here, now I can't imagine how I turn page like this. Whether I turn one page or 2 pages. You conduct a symphony orchestra and you turn 2 pages at a time.
You've had it.
Gone it. So turning page is now a nightmare for me. So now I just do this and it moves. Page moves so beautifully. So once you get into that, it's nothing like it. So I have a pen which can color I can color my entries here, there, everything. So we have to adapt to it. Once you adapt to it, now the people have got a system where they turn pages with the foot. They have a switch. So you don't move your hand, your foot turns the pages. And there are pianists who have a software, it turns page. So technology is there, you should make use of it.
Yes.
So for instance, when we did Bach's B minor Mass in the last concert, Mammoth work, everybody had to learn a lot of notes. So there is a software called 𝐷𝐿𝐴 which gives you a part. The first soprano part is played and kept there. Along with other parts, you can control the volume. So everybody has that app and they're listening all the time. So there is one way of learning the notes. So we have to adapt to all this. So I'm also slowly adapting to all these things, and
you're marveling at it. I can see.
To an extent, I have to be on command. So, and when they say, though, this you have to do with only, it will function with the internet, it won't function without internet. Okay, keep it away. In museum theatre, I won't get the internet. Okay, fine. Like this, we have to adapt to it. But there are some secrets which every conductor has. So the rehearsal technique, how you rehearse a choir.
That's a personal thing, right?
I always say you get the respect of your choir or orchestra, not on the day how you conduct, how you prepare them, how you go through them before the concert.
Are they obedient?
They are very, very, very. I haven't had any. They love you. They do what you say. So they are. It's very easy to extract what we should. I always feel that from some of my senior conductors, I've learned a lot of things, either to do certain things, either not to do certain things.
I would say, Augustine, that it's probably a combination of love and respect more than anything else.
Exactly.
Would you agree with that?
Exactly. So when you say something, some of the conductors' workshop that I attended with the British conductors, they say, do not speak in a rehearsal for more than 30 seconds.
Really?
At a time. So if you want to communicate something, 30 seconds, that's all. If you start elaborating, they switch off. 30 seconds, you speak and leave it there. Move on.
So you have to be a person of few words.
And if you say those few words, it'll register. If you try to say it in 50 words, it's not going to make sense. So
perhaps, Augustine, that's a good way to do a lot of things in this world.
Exactly. So
maybe right here in the studio.
So in my rehearsals, I don't have to speak much. I just have to. Sometimes you look at them and they know what you want to tell them.
They know what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Is it because they know you personally as an individual?
And I always say that your gestures should be standard. You can't give funny gestures which only your choir can follow. No. It should be universal gestures.
Universal gestures.
So anywhere, wherever, whichever choir I go and conduct, or whichever orchestra I conduct, they should be able to say, I can follow you very well. At least the beat they should follow. And if you have funny gestures or non-conventional gestures, and this choir will function with whom you have been doing, and you do a particular gesture, they'll follow you. But you conduct another choir, they'll be blank.
Can you go anywhere in the world and actually conduct any choir? Is that what it means?
Yeah. So I can conduct as far as whatever I've learned or
your pieces, or
I'll do that. So that it should not be out of the regular. It will be within the form. I've conducted different choirs now. I have conducted a lot of choirs.
All over the world, really, I know. Yes.
Not other choirs outside the world, but in India, I've conducted many other choirs. They are all very happy when I conduct, saying that, okay, we felt comfortable to sing. So that means your gestures are regular and all. So the conductor's life is, one is pleasing the audience. That the whole 1 hour, the audience feel very comfortable. They are not seeing your face. They are seeing your back.
Yes.
You get to see them and how they enjoyed your program only at the end of it when you take the applause. That's a time that you know how they loved it. If it's a piece with the interruptions where you can turn back and see for after every piece, then you know how it's developing. But in a large work, you get to see them only at the end of the piece. And you know by the way they are, I imagine that they are enjoying like this. I see some faces in the back of my head.
Can you really?
Yeah, I can visualize with the sound, the quietness in the hall. So we know what is happening, and from the response that the choir is getting, they respond to you, and they respond to the audience's face also. So you read it from the choir's face. So an orchestra is not like this. Orchestra doesn't respond very well with the audience. They respond with you more, but the choir responds with the audience. So you
Because
can
they
see the
can
face.
see you,
Yeah,
right?
they can see me and they see the audience through me. So by the face itself, I'll know how the audience is.
By the
reacting.
faces of the choir.
Choir. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, Augustine, you're a legend. For me, it is a joy to have had you on my show today.
It is my pleasure to be here with you.
No,
So
I wish you every success, every musical mountain that you have to climb. I wish that you have every success. You far deserve it more than anyone else I know.
So,
thank you
thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank
It's my
you,
pleasure.
Augustine.
Thank you for all your wishes.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
very much your time
Thank
today.
you so much.
Well, it's been a pure joy and for me, a personal delight to have had Augustine Paul on my program today. And I want to remind you, don't forget, every Sunday night, it's Going Beyond. Take care. Bye for now.